right, Dan Campbell gave an update on DJ Reed. Let's take a listen to what he had to say about the injured corner.
Jay, I know we asked about the injury yesterday. What does it say about him? You know, he pulled his hammy, and he's still fighting to make that tackle. I mean, just kind of the he showed on that play.
It's the way he's wired. That's the type of guy he is. I mean, and that's look, you can see the type of player on the tape. You have a pretty good idea of what he's made of. You do enough legwork, but then just his style of play, when you watch him play, you know that he's a great fit for us. And that just shows everything you need to know. Like that to him is more important than his own body, is making a play for his teammates. He doesn't want to let the guys down. He needs to make a play, and he, and something comes of that. So I know you're already going to ask. He's going to be down for a while, but the good news is this is not a season ender. We will get him back, it looks like. So that's the good news. He's a stud.
Mentioned DJ.
There you go, DJ Reed. Yeah, look, I'll tell you one thing. The best news you could have gotten is it's not season ending. That's the best news, because when he got carted off, no one knew what it was. And whenever a player gets carted off, it usually is pretty bad. The fact that it's not season ending, and I'm not a doctor, I don't know like recovery time or anything like that, but you're going to get the guy back at some point. You'll take that.
Yeah.
And I'll in a little bit we'll play the Terrion Arnold clip, and then we'll talk about what we kind of expect from the secondary, because I've kind of talked about it this morning what I expect. But happy DJ Reed's coming back at some point, man. He was playing some great football. So I mean, that one sucks, and he's been pretty reliable. He hasn't been an injured player ever. Like it's kind of a freak incident. I mean, he pulled his hamstring. So
yeah, and he was just it just happens. There's nothing really to prevent that, I guess, unless you're I don't know. That just felt like it was a tough one for him. You feel so bad too, because DJ Reed was. He's like he is a gritty dude. Like he's like a perfect fit for this Lions team. And it sucks that he's going to be down for a few weeks. I don't know how long. Obviously not for the season. I wonder, Jeff, it's going to be like a 5, 6, 7 week thing, and it's like we don't get him back until the end of the season. So how bad that is, I guess we'll find out. I'm sure at some point this week, by the end of the week, he'll get thrown on IR if it is a longer term, like Dan said. But then they got to start making moves, right? You got to figure something out, especially this week. You're going into this week. You're going up against T. Higgins and Jamar Chase, and you do not have Terrion, or you potentially don't have Terrion or DJ Reed. So now it's like Rock Ya-Sin, Avonte Maddox. You might have to go sign someone in the next couple of days here and get brought in and play on short notice, or make a trip. I don't know. Like, you're going to have to make some type of move, but it's going to be that is a brutal loss.
Now, the important thing is, and I know people are already talking about it, it's whether or not he goes on IR, because it's 4 games.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's going to do. He isn't on IR yet. So that could be positive news. I mean, this is someone you could get back like mid-season, like Nick P. I guarantee it's a partial tear of the hamstring. Grade 2 will be out 4 to 6 weeks. Could go 8 at max. Like, yeah, that's probably like a fine rough estimate. I don't know. Yeah. Basically you'll have him back stretch of games before the playoffs, which is,
I'm sure we'll know by the end of this week. I'm sure by what do they do? By Friday, they kind of do, on Friday, they do the report where they put out who's in and out for the game, who's questionable, who's doubtful. I bet you by Friday, they'll have him in IR or not. And if he's not on IR, I would say by Friday, then it might be a shorter term thing.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. And he talked about Terrion Arnold's injury. It looked like a shoulder injury. And you could tell he got helped off the field.
Yeah.
Dan also gave an update on TA, so let's take a listen to that.
Any further update on TA?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't think this is a huge thing, but the question is he going to be ready for this week? That would be really the question, So, and if it's not this week, he should be back by next week for sure.
Any further?
See that? Another positive.
Yeah, the TA one's not long term.
Yeah, he'll probably miss this week. He ain't going to play this week, probably. I mean, it would be a miracle. He could, but you'll probably have him back like for that Chiefs game at the minimum, which is good. It's like a 1 to 2 week thing before he comes back. It's time to tell you about our friends over at Sleeper, because you guys are football fans, and if you think you know football, then try to turn your football knowledge into real money with the Sleeper app, the ultimate fantasy sports app that can turn game day into payday. Just download the Sleeper app and pick more or less on your favorite players. If you're a Lions fan, Jameson Williams, Jared Goff, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jahmyr Gibbs, with more stats than any other daily fantasy app, just choose 2 or more of your favorite players from pregame or live. Pick more or less from the predicted stats, and you can win up to 100 times your money if your picks win. Use the promo code CT Sports, and you'll get up to a $100 match on your first deposit. Terms and conditions apply, as always, and stay tuned because I will be giving out my picks weekly for all Detroit Lions fans. Remember to gamble responsibly. So, I think people were asking, it's like, what are they going to do with their cornerbacks? Like, I think we already probably know what they're going to do at their cornerback position. Like, think of it from what has Brad always done, like, and Dan Campbell. Well, how do they handle stuff like this? Do they always panic and go get somebody or make a trade? Yes. If for example, Aiden Hutchinson goes down for the year, they don't have a choice. They go make a trade for Zadarius Smith. They go make a move. I think this is probably going to be, and you'll like this one, maybe bring back a Nick Whiteside type of move. Your boy, maybe you bring in some depth.
Hold on, come on.
Like, I don't see them making some significant move. Like, people are trying to bring up like Asante Samuel Jr. I don't think so. They don't bring in unfamiliar guys like that. They've never done that. They're probably going to just stick with guys they're familiar with. They're probably just going to have Amik Robertson on the outside, Rock Ya-Sin on the outside, and then at nickel, which they don't use nickel a lot, they'll probably either have Brian Branch drop down the nickel and have Kirby as a single high, or they'll have a Maddox at nickel, and he'll play nickel when they need him to. That's how I think it'll happen. Personally, I don't think they go out and make some free agent sign. They will, but it'll be like a guy they bring in for depth. It's not going to be some like big name that's available or the best name available in free agency.
No, I think you just got to
trade for Tariq Woolen. Like, I see people like
that. I wouldn't be shocked if there is a trade. I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be
for like a Reek Woolen.
Yeah, I mean, what? I don't know what the trade would be, but you're probably not having to give up like a million different things, like an insane amount. And then then when guys get back healthy, like if TA isn't at his best, you're putting pressure on him at that point, and now you have a battle.
I think it makes sense. I just don't know. I don't think Brad will do it. You think he'll give up assets for like a Tariq Woolen, who actually I don't even think's been great this year, to be honest.
I mean, what are you going to roll? But I'm saying, like, let's say this thing is an 8-week thing, right? Like, let's say it's the grade 2. I know it's 4 to 6, but at maxed 8. Let's say it's an 8-week thing, right? That's a lot of games. That's not like we're just sitting here being like, that's Bengals, Chiefs, Bucks, Vikings, Commanders. What is that? That's 5. Eagles, Giants, and potentially Packers on Thanksgiving. Like, you're sitting there looking at like that's a lot. And if you feel comfortable being like, hey, Terrion Arnold's your corner 1, how comfortable are Lions fans with that over the next 8 games? I don't think a lot of guys are that comfortable with it. And that's not like, it's just, I think that's just more so a fact. So it's just like, you're in a spot.
No, you're right. You're right. Lions fans would not be comfortable with it. But I think the Lions will probably look at that as like, okay, they'll have a Meek and Terrion. That's good enough. Like,
yeah, which is fair. And then you got Avante and Rock Ya-Sin if you need them in the slot or moving around. Because I think Avante Maddox did play some slot as well.
Yeah, he played nickel safety outside. He could play it all. So that's how I see it. I think they'll sign someone for depth, but I think the secondary you're going to have is probably that.
That's fair. I forgot about Amik. I love Amik Robertson, dude.
Yeah, dude. Him. You know what he said? I watched his. Did you watch like the players in the locker room speak? Did you watch Amik? They asked him about playing outside. Yeah, and he's like a pretty honest dude. He kind of just says whatever's on his mind, which he's an interesting listen. He straight up said, I like outside better than nickel. He goes, I like playing outside. He goes, because I get to play more and because I get to get a feel for the game. Like nickel, he's in and out with Calvin Shepard's defense. Outside corner, you're in every play. But also, he says he gets a good feel for the game. You get a good feel for the receiver. You get a good feel of the flow of the game. Like, it's probably tough when you play a couple snaps and then you go to the sideline for a couple snaps and you come back, you know what I'm saying? Then you have to wait another drive. Like, he's playing in spots at nickel, like outside corner. He's out there all consistently. So he says he prefers it. So that's why I think now with Amik, they just talked about Amik a week ago, how they want to get him more playing time. And now there's an injury. He's playing outside corner.
More. He was going to play more no matter what anyways.
Yeah.
But now it just puts it more into a fact where now you have a Meek out there, Avante, put Avante in the slot, Rocky Sin at the other corner this week, and you're off to the races at that point.
Not saying it's perfect, but that's what they're gonna do. It's just
like you have to just patch things up. It was like kind of like last year. Obviously, last year there was so many more position groups that you're patching things up with. That's what it's just going to have to be. Your top two corners are essentially down right now. You just gotta. It's time to patch things up until then. Will they make a move? They might. They might make a move.
Yeah, and now you have the good part is you have one of the best safeties in football who can also play nickel if you need someone to have, if you want to just put Kirby back there. It's the bonus of having Brian. Like, he can play nickel if you need him to. So yeah, I think Amik will be fine. I know he's been people are like, oh, he hasn't been that good this year. Well, dude, let's be real with Amik. Like, Amik was an outside corner before he got to Detroit. You know what I'm saying? He played outside with the Raiders. Like, that was
he did it last year for us versus the Vikings.
That's what he played. Like,
and he with Justin Jefferson, or am I crazy?
Yeah. That's what he did. And he played nickel a little bit, but he was mainly an outside guy. That's why when he got to the Lions and played outside, he had a great game against against Justin Jefferson. Hey, what's going on there? It's Jeff Iafrate. Appreciate you for finishing the video. You can check out one of the videos here suggested or show support by commenting, liking, and subscribing. And buy your merchandise, officialctsports.com.